question when it comes to telephone technology and the evolution of that. Obviously, as you mentioned, you used to have those big PBXs, the Nortels, the Avias, along those lines, hanging on the wall somewhere inside the physical building, having separate cabling and connectivity, and those were rather expensive. The other thing is, unfortunately, technology was at its peak. So your audio was absolutely perfect in most cases when it came to those high-end PBX systems. With voice over IP, because now we're trafficking that over the data lines, there is some consideration for what we call quality of service, which shapes the traffic in those data packets to allow that voice technology to take the lead over data so that there's less interference and less items, and it has to be set up through the routing and the switching correctly to make sure that that gets out on a basis. A lot of the new companies, especially smaller ones, rely on their cell phones and items. But the problem with that, you don't get to create that unique brand. With voice over IP, it does allow you to load an app onto your cell phone, and that app allows you to have your primary number displayed as you're calling customers rather than your cell phone. And then in addition to that is if you have staff, obviously you can control that better because then they don't the customer doesn't have their personal cell phones and they leave and they call their cell phone rather than calling you or calling the business. It's important to have that kind of straight in forward to you. So, and as customers call you, obviously voice over IP technology is a cloud-based system in most cases and will always answer. So basically, even if you lose power at your facility, that cloud will continue to answer. There will be, most cases, an auto attendant that answers the phone and directs people to whatever department they'd like. And obviously, with the cell phone technology and your app on the cell phone, you can continue doing business even if there was an outage in between, or you do it remotely, or even a lot of folks now do it with a PC app where you can actually load the voice over IP interface on the PC and use the computer with a headset attached and go from there. And you see that a lot as well as in business. When using Teams, you can add a phone line to Teams as well, and basically make that your central phone system, as well as we're doing now in Zoom. Zoom also has a voice over IP interface that can be easily adopted. So there's various slices, and the thing is, over the overall benefit over a PBX is the fact of the features and functionality that you now get with a voice over IP system, with the ability to see calls, when the calls were made, be able to interface those to a customer relations manager, CRM, that can then make the calls for you, record the calls, put the information into a place. So there's a lot more interface. Yes, you lose a little bit sometimes on the audio quality, which is getting better all the time, and this is almost back to where we were with a PBX.